Today's vlog is about sexuality.
Det är det enda ni gör på dagarna. Ni sitter i det där ventrilo och spelar Dota.
Vi sitter här i väntan och spelar lite Dota.
I hear you, man.
Vi sitter här i väntan och spelar lite Dota.
I feel you, man.
Vi sitter här i väntan och spelar lite Dota och pushar på och smeker med motståndet vi leker. Vi sitter här i väntan och spelar lite Dota och springer runt och creepar och motståndet vi slipar.
Let's get it on.
Vi sitter här i väntan och spelar lite Dota och pushar på och smeker med motståndet vi leker. Vi sitter här i väntan och spelar lite Dota och springer runt och creepar och motståndet vi slipar.
Alright, you wanted to talk about gender and sexuality. I got you. Hi guys, welcome to another week. This week, as you already know, we're discussing sexuality versus gender. Now, I find this to be a topic very close to my flaming homosexual heart. Put simply, I would say that gender as a definition is the gender you identify as. So, boy or girl, man or woman, male or female. Sometimes a bit of both, sometimes you don't specifically identify as either. The fact is, gender is more of a social structure as well as more of a state of mind, which obviously has its biological roots, because the vast majority of scientists no longer believe that transgenderism is psychological, which means that gender must also be partially biological in order for us to identify as any gender as it is, apart from gender roles as a social structure. So that's gender, away from sex, not the naughty kind, but the biological kind, being male or female as we are defined by our bodies, such as our genitals, and other sexual characteristics, as our bodies have many other than just our genitals. So, gender is whether you are a man or a woman as a whole, as opposed to just your body. So for example, I'm biologically female, but I identify as male, so I would say I'm male. Sexuality, or sexual orientation or preference, is who you're attracted to. So male, female, or who are not specifically sexually attracted to one sex or the other. They may be attracted to both, or neither, or would like a label that specifically explains that they are open to people of all different varieties, meaning those who may or may not have been born as the original gender that they identify as. Words. So, some people think that sexuality has a heavy influence on your gender. I personally think that whilst the two can go hand in hand, surprisingly firmly, I would say that the two are and always will be a separate thing. However, how you experience and express your sexuality can be very different depending on the gender you identify as and or the sex you were born as. So I personally would call myself gay. I say I'm gay because I'm in a relationship with a man. We're both men, so I tend to think of that as pretty gay. I guess technically, maybe, deep down, I'm not gay. I've always been open to women. I used to date women quite a lot. Then I kind of turned on to men a bit more. But I'm open to anyone, but as I'm in a long-term monogamous relationship, that doesn't really come into it. So, for ease, I would say I'm gay. Another word I could use is pansexual, which generally describes someone who is attracted to people based upon their brain and their personality, as opposed to their outward appearance or their genitals. You may say that's quite similar to bisexuality, but some people would say pansexuals are more explicitly open towards transgendered and genderqueer individuals, as well as other variants. Whereas bisexuality, some people feel is a bit too tightly constrained and is too much specifically, I like men, I like women, not everything in between. So yeah, I'm pansexual, but I would call myself gay, which makes me happy. Now some people think, well, why are you gay? What makes you gay? How are you gay? If you were born a woman and you're attracted to men, why aren't you straight? Why aren't you a straight woman? And I guess there's no easy answer to that. Because I identify as male, I will never identify and embrace with the straight female line of things, as it were, quite obviously, because, you know, I look like a guy, I pass as a guy, live like a guy, I feel like a guy, and I have sex as a guy. It all is combined into one happy little gay package. Sorry, I'm still flinging my stylus around. So, yeah. some people really do have difficulty grasping the concept of a gay trans man. They seem to think, well, wouldn't it be much easier if you just stayed as a woman and dated men? I guess, for some people, maybe, but if you're transgender, then chances are in the long run that's not going to make you happy, because you're denying who you are in order for some kind of easy life. No one has an easy life. They really, really don't. So trying to narrow things down like that, I don't think is helpful. If you're going to have struggles through life, you might as well face the biggest ones head on, get past those, and then have your easy life. So, yeah, you might say, yeah, it's easier to maybe fuck a man if I'm being a woman, but at the same time, I'm not going to be happy, which will put stress on the relationship, which overall affects things. And I know people this has happened to, and that's not a jolly thing, is it? No. So, yeah, the fact is, all people come in all sorts of sexualities. Transgender people can be gay, straight, bisexual, asexual, which is generally not being specifically sexually attracted to specific people, but they can still have romantic relationships. Or there are various other definitions that lots of other people know about. I'm maybe not quite hip enough to list all of those. Better off asking someone else hipper and cooler than me, I'm just old. So, yeah, trans men can be attracted to men or women, have sexual relationships with men or women, and their partners, who knows what their sexuality is. Some trans men date people who are explicitly attracted to trans men, some people don't. Sometimes they date people who are specifically just attracted to men, that works out too, either straight women or gay men, bisexuals, pansexuals, so, you know, being transgendered, although it can have a massive effect on your sex life, it's not the be-all and end-all of things. So, you know, we're all different. And as usual, I'm not scripting anything, so I'm rambling, so I probably could have covered some points better than I have, but I gave it a shot. The fact is, the reason that this channel is good is because you get to hear my opinion and then go away and hear the opinions of loads of other guys' opinions. You get to see other guys' opinions. I use that word too much now. I had no idea where that sentence was going. So that you get to hear other people's views, so you don't have to sit with mine, and you get to learn all other tidbits from them. That's why collaboration channels are awesome. So that's my view on it. Go and listen to everyone else's, and have a wee think. I hope you're having a good week. It's been great doing this video. Bye!